The new Flow 107.1, Mile High's new home for hip hop. It's Larry and Kathie J.
We have some very special guests joining us in the studio today. We have Tiffany Lennon. She is the CEO of the Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation. We're so happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Larry.
And
Yeah, welcome on the show. Welcome to the show again. And again, big hugs because, partnering with you guys has allowed us to grant so many wishes.
Yes.
And so we're in here all morning just trying to fight back the tears. Today we
lost it. Yeah, today we lost it.
But thank you so much for you guys partnering
Partnering.
Partnering
He's got
with us.
Invisalign in.
Sorry.
Partnering with
Yes.
us. Because we are able to grant so many more wishes. And the Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation, you guys help people every day. Like you're crying every day through all these stories. And so we're so happy that you're here and you partnered with us. Thank you.
I have the best job, Kathy, Larry, because every day I get to see the best of humanity. I have
Right.
people that are so gracious that come to our organization that either want to help us or people that need help, and they're all so gracious, and I truly have the best job there is.
Right, because you guys, like Kathie said, you do this year round, and so you get to see the effect that cancer has on so many different lives.
And the generosity of people.
Yes.
Right.
And so that brings us to your special guest that you brought with you today, Tiffany.
Yes.
Introduce them to our listeners.
We have, Ray of Hope is so blessed to have met the Wheatlakes. Pat and Vicki Wheatlake are longtime friends of Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation. They reached out to us. They are such special people, and they are the essence of what makes Colorado such a special place. They are the best of humanity, and they are two examples of people that come to Ray of Hope to say, hey, I know that you're serving people throughout the year, and we can help.
Yes, because you're not just giving financial help to these people. You're giving them rides. You're making sure that meals get to them. You're not. Okay. Okay, my bad. Okay. But you are giving them resources in the community to get all of that.
Yes.
And that's where you need the volunteers, because there's so many people. Cancer sucks. So it's the more that have known the struggle that can help, the better. And that's where Vicki and Pat come in. Pat and Vicki, you want to share your story with us?
Good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
And thank you for having us here today.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
If you don't mind, Pat, I'll start off. And what happened, 2001, my husband was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Amazing guy. And we were stunned by the cancer diagnosis. And I like to think of my life up until that point of time pretty nice, living in Golden, two great kids, very involved in our community. And you just sometimes think life can't get better than that. And then you get the cancer diagnosis. And I was thinking about that earlier this morning. There were other tragedies going on in the world, in our community. 9/11 had happened, before 9/11, Columbine. And those are all tragedies on the national level. Everyone knows about that. But when you're sitting in an examination room and you get that word cancer, and they tell you that possibly 2 years, maybe 3 years, and all of a sudden your world looks a lot different. And I just remember thinking, I don't know if we can make it through this. It was very difficult to think of at the time. Well, my husband ended up living 8 years.
Yay!
And which was wonderful, but I will tell you the fear and financial burden, the stress that a cancer diagnosis brings on families.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, we've been there, and it's something that's affecting more and more people. It used to be, oh, I heard somebody had it, and now I think every family knows somebody in their family that has it. So yeah, that's pretty scary.
And Tiffany, you had said, what's the average cost out of pocket for a cancer diagnosis?
If you catch a cancer diagnosis early on, and if it's a typical cancer like breast cancer, is something that we know how to treat, the average cost is $34,000 out of pocket that the patient pays.
Wow.
Right? With co-pays and deductibles.
And that's with somebody that has insurance.
Right.
Good insurance.
Good
Good
insurance.
insurance.
That's okay. So 8 years, and then he passed away, and I'm so sorry. So Pat, this was your father.
Correct.
That passed away.
Right.
And so how did it affect you to the point that now you volunteer with the Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation?
Well, it changed my perspective, honestly. Lucky for me, I had the support of family, friends, and roof over my head, food. Everything that, you know, through the financial struggles a lot of people face with cancer, we had, and I just wanted to give back because I experienced a lot of other people in my life that were impacted by cancer that weren't as blessed as I was, so I just wanted to give back because I felt taken care of, honestly, through the hardships.
I heard you've been impacted by a few. How many? Can you share some of it with us?
Haley Theander, she was a friend that I lost in 6th grade growing up with. At Arvada West, through a 5-year span, we lost about 7 or 8 teachers. My basketball coach, English teacher. It almost seemed like a crazy epidemic. I don't know.
Right,
how to
and then your
explain it.
father.
And then my father, correct.
Yeah, I feel that, like I said, you know, the more the time goes on, we realize how big this is, and the fact that, you know, you guys have been through it and recognized the need and to give back is amazing. So, I mean, thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
What do you do at the Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation?
Volunteer.
I know you do, but what does that
And
mean?
what I would like to say is that very shortly after my husband passed away, I think most people who have a significant loss have a passion to have the person remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And my desire was, we're going to start a foundation for Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do. And as I went through the process, I thought there is such a groundswell throughout the world of cancer organizations. Here in Colorado, hundreds of cancer organizations. I thought, why start another one?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find a
good one.
a great organization that's transparent, that is really helping the community, doing what they say they're doing, has a great executive director.
Yeah.
So we looked for about 3 years, and we ran into Ray of Hope and through connections. And I just thought that's where our energy is going to be. Instead of trying to start another foundation, let's get behind it.
So if people are listening right now and, you know, they want to know what they can do to help, they've been affected by it. Maybe they are lucky enough to not be affected by it yet. But what can the average person do to help you guys out?
Well, I would like to say we have a memory page
Yes.
through Ray of Hope, which I think is phenomenal. And it gave us an outlet to remember my husband, but not have to start a foundation.
Right.
And generally that costs money to do that. People can go on this page, post a picture of their loved one that they've lost, and friends and family can donate through the
Oh.
memory page. And all of that goes directly to the cancer patients.
That's awesome. And so that's on rayofhopecolorado.org.
Correct.
The memoriam pages are.
Memorial page.
Memorial pages. And what was your husband's name?
Doug Wheatlake.
Doug. Okay, so we have to go on there. Yes. So that's good. So people, because it never ends. The bills keep piling up. And so to be able to go and continue to help people, that's really awesome. Pat, you're a musician. You did some songs.
I just wanted to get the college atmosphere aware of this issue, and by doing that, we came up with an idea to create this project where we held a concert at Regis University, and it was a great fundraising success. We wrote songs for it, and all the proceeds went to Ray of Hope, so it was just a different way of generating funds for them.
Very cool. Yeah, one of them's a hip hop song.
Correct.
Are we gonna be
Nice.
able to hear this? Are you rapping?
I actually produced it. My friend Rashawn Richards, he was a rapper.
Okay.
So everyone that was on that track went to Regis, except the overall producer was Kyle Jones, who wrote Handlebars for the Flowbots and stuff. So we got the opportunity to meet him. That was
cool.
a really cool experience.
Very
Nice.
cool. Very cool. And once again, everybody, rayofhopecolorado.org is where you can go to learn more about this amazing organization. The winner, Vicki researched for years, the Ray of Hope Cancer Foundation is the winner. They help the most. You can go on there online, and you can also go to the memorial pages as well and donate to as many families as you can.
Right. What is the most helpful? Is it money that you guys seek the most?
Well, frankly, what cancer patients need the most oftentimes are financial assistance. And so that's how we can help, is by giving them financial assistance so that they can make the determination to pay their utility bill, to pay their mortgage, to pay their rent, to pay for transportation. If they're in one of the far corners of our rural state, you know, it's going to take them 3 or 4 hours to get to their cancer treatment every day. And if you think about that cost over a number of years, it's astronomical.
Yeah.
Right? And so we believe in ensuring the dignity of the cancer patient by giving them the resources for them to make the decision about how to best spend that money. So, of course, we have volunteer opportunities. They can volunteer at events. People have hosted events throughout the state on our behalf. Everything from a pie eating contest to a backyard barbecue to a facial hair contest, right? I mean, anything and everything you can think of, the community has done on our behalf, and we are so grateful. Girl Scouts has raised money for us. Pottery sales, I mean, anything you can think of certainly has helped. And there's also other opportunities to be an ambassador for the organization. And so, rayofhopecolorado.org.
You know, we just want people to remember that. We know that you kind of get warm and fuzzy this time of year. It's Christmas, stuff like that. But you guys need the help all year long. So if you're listening and you've been affected and you really want to help, don't just do it now. Do it in a couple of months. Do it all year long.
Right. And cancer sucks. We all, like you said earlier, Larry, we all know somebody that's now been affected by it. And unfortunately, we all know somebody that's lost, you know, I lost my father. It'll be 2 years for cancer. So, it does suck, and so I totally feel your pain and everyone else out there. And so anything you can do, rayofhopecolorado.org. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.